Alright, ladies and gentlemen, again, we get to listen to the creepy background music. So, it is Thursday after patch day, and we got the stage 16 of Twilight Lands. Is it called Twilight Lands? Twilight Lands, yeah. Twilight Lands. And, yeah, it's hard. It is a true test of endgame rosters. You know, by the time you're able to complete all of 15, you probably got all your characters at level 240. But basically, for those of you that haven't witnessed or participated in this glorious kill fest, what level 16 is, it's all the mini bosses on steroids. So, and to boot, you only get to bring in 20 characters. 20. So, you have to have, basically, your 20 best, which is like 3 energy, 2 hunters, 3 tanks, vanguards, summoners, etc. You got to narrow it down just to 20 in order to get through this. So it is hard content. It is genuinely challenging content. It is a good upgrade to this game mode because too many people in my opinion, were able now, after this much time, to get to and clear stage 15. And it was a race. It was a race previously to get your rewards. It was a race to finish 15 in order to actually place in the top 10, because in the top 10 would give you a triple S hyper evolve crystal, right? Triple S, it's a gene mutation crystal 2, technically. But basically, these are the ones that hyper evolve your triple S. So, and ideally you want to be in the top 5 because you want to get a red prototype, because the red prototypes are worth $100 each pretty much if you're going to just buy them out with straight cash. So in order to get ahead of this issue, because it definitely was an issue, or it was becoming an issue, they've done a couple things. One, they put in enough triple S hyper evolved crystals just by completing it, whether you're first or 100th, you will get one whole triple S crystal. If you can only reach stage 13, well, then it might take you a couple Twilight Lands and you will eventually get one. So they are no longer paywalled behind this previously broken ranking system. Now, to combat this issue, since so many people are now making it to this upper level, they've put in stage 16. Now, originally, as of yesterday, we had hypothesized, since they said there was going to be an endless, actually it probably still says that right now, chapter 16, enemies in this chapter will spawn endlessly. This is an endless mode. That is not correct. That is categorically wrong. There are 20 levels in stage 16 that we will probably not clear. I'm curious to see if we have a Kraken that will. I think the highest I saw some people get up to today was 16.6. So maybe it is possible. But I will show you right now. Currently, until Venom and Karaz go, I am currently first. Now, how this works, this new system, is that if you can one-shot a stage, you'll get max points. I don't know if you one-shot it faster, if you get more points, that's what it should be, but it doesn't appear to be the case. It's based on the amount of damage done. So, theoretically, if you full clear the stage in one shot, you'll get max points. Now, I can't go back and show you the individual levels, but actually I would be able to show you because we do have video footage. But as you see right here, both me and GigaChad, I know that's not how you pronounce that, but that's how it translates in my mind, GigaChad. I think it's because I see the CH ad, and then I don't know where gig comes from, but GigaChad, me and GigaChad are both currently stuck on 16.4. Now, previously you had to finish a level, and then that was the level that it would indicate that you made it up to, like 1510. Once you completed 1510, it showed up as 1510. Now, all I got to do is register damage on 16.4 for it to show up as 16.4. Now, as you see, this is the level with the birds. God help us all. More birds. I cleared about 50 a little over 50% of the health on all the birds, all 3 birds, and that netted me roughly just a little over 100,000. Now, I'm assuming that a full clear would be 200,000 points in 16.4. Giga Chad made it to 16.4. He died very, very quickly to only register 435 points. Now, why this is important is that it is no longer how many people can reach the last level and first. Now it's how well can you do on that last level, right? It's now strategy, because all of these levels are really strategic. For the most part, you'll want to turn everybody to manual. You want to play everything on manual. You want to tweak all your gears. You really have to fine tune how you go about each stage. So that is how the scoring works. I think that this is fair. As you see, me and Giga Chad, both at 16.4, as we discussed. In T-Cow, there is no T-Cow level. Invictus T-Cow is at 16.3. Anquan, 81, is also at 16.3, but you see Anquan got stuffed, right? Whereas In-Cow, or T-Cow, basically cleared 50% of the health. Now, I do believe this was the CC bond, which we'll see in some video footage as well. So I really think it's cool. There we go. There's a full clear, right? Roughly 215,000 damage, right? So he cleared 16.2, and I don't know why he stopped. Maybe somebody died, and now he can't continue. So that is how that works. Venom. Why are you stopping, Venom, buddy? Keep going. Keep going. So interesting. That is how they have tweaked Twilight, and in my opinion, they've made it better. They have definitely made it better. So now, bonus material. I recorded my stage 1 and stage 2, so 16.1 and 16.2 fights. Let's watch them. So, as I said, each level in this stage. Let's hit play. So as you see right here, you can see right up top here, it says level 16, 1 out of 20. So it is not an endless tower. It is not endless waves of enemies. It is 20 levels, and it is all of the mini bosses. So there's going to be a tank one, there's going to be a summoner one, there's going to be an energy one, there's going to be a hunter one, and there's going to be a CC bond. I think that's it, because there's no assassin one. Tank, summon, energy, healer, or no, summon, tank, energy, hunter, CC. So if that's correct, it's going to be basically increasingly difficult for 4 rounds of all those bosses. And 16.1 is the tank bond. So this is the new one, tank bond. As you see, what you want to do if you've never done the tank bond boss is you want to bring in tanks that have knockdown, which is Panda, and I'm gonna call them Panda, Zeta, Oisa, and Oak, right? Those are your knockdown tanks. But luckily, you don't need all those tanks. So, I just tried to hit challenge. Why do I have that? That's not what I want. I got a box open here. There we go. That was weird. Okay. Very, very weird. All right, so let's go. So, tank bond. These, and as I said, you can only bring in 20 characters. As you see right here, I only brought in 3 tanks because I didn't know how far I was going to get, and I needed the room to get enough of every type hero. So I figured, since I only 3 triggered the bond, these would be the 3. These are my 3 best. These are the 3 I wanted to bring. You definitely want these 2, the triple S's. And then for me, I'm an Oisa simp. I got my Oisa tricked out to the gills, so I bring my Oisa. But I do not bring her because I could bring in the 1 healer and I could bring in Nord, right? Because, I do want a bunch of damage. Please don't tell me I hit challenge. Okay, good. Yes, change that commander. Because without the new tank commander, the tanks aren't doing much damage. Come on, switch it up. There we go. And I should go back here to show you which one I selected. So this one, it does not have either Zeta or Panda on here, but middle do get defense, tanks get defense, and the front line, which are my tanks, get health. So I do really like these. Panda +2 ultimate isn't really necessary, because all it does is that his ultimate is going to do 8% more damage based on HP. Now, in a long drawn-out fight, that isn't going to be as... It's not that important. Really, the biggest thing you're going to get out of the Tank Bond Commander is his actual skill. His skill is what makes this team go. So let's fast forward so that we can cut down. As you see, I am looking for a tank-ish prototype, so I do have Flowing Rune to trigger Nord. I do have this one, which heals my tanks, and then Flashpoint to give me more healing. Unless I switch out Flashpoint for Horn of Healing, and I don't. So now, first things first, if you have these characters, really, for 16-1, you can just turn Nord onto manual. The rest, you can just leave on auto. So here we go. See, because Nord, I like to be able to control the positioning of his ultimate. Res, you know, putting Res on auto is just going to ensure that he goes to Nord as much as possible. As you see, these guys are, at least these front two, or middle two, are half dead already. There's 5. It's the 3 new tanky guys and then 2 artists. So I am killing the new boss, whatever they're called. Can't remember. Don't care. Artists, he you know, he's been nerfed. He can do whatever the hell he wants. So as you see, Panda is picking on that artist. Oisa is picking on this one. And Nord is keeping all of these guys grouped up because they can jump around, and I don't want them jumping to the back, screwing with my Mazrani, because if I lose Mazrani, I'm screwed. So as you see, people are starting to die. You see Res. I'm very cognizant. If any of these die, I can handle losing a tank. I cannot handle losing Nord, Res, or Maz because they are critical in other bosses. So now it's just the 2 artists. As you see, everybody's all healed up. Actually, you can't see it because it's under my head. I should probably... I can't move my head. My head is stuck here unless I turn it off, but I'm not gonna. So as you see, they're pretty much dead, and that is Twilight Land's 16-1 tank bond in the bag. They are beefy. They are beefy. Whoa. Let's go back 1 second because I want to show you the damage. Okay, so looks like, here we go. Artist is now dead. A full clear on stage 16-1. Let's turn my head off. Why do I do that? There we go. Turn my head off. Is 116,000 points. Right? Because I'm assuming that I've done all the damage I can do. Right? So if that's the max damage, that's the max points. Okay. So now let me pull up boss number 2. Alright, go away. I gotta do this. Now, where is it? Energy bond. Energy bond. There we go. Pull her up. Queue it up. Whoa. Let's move it back a bit. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna leave my head off this time. So, 16-2 is the energy bond, right? So, blah, blah, blah. One of the most dangerous enemies in Twilight Lands. Right? So, this is the larva boss. Right? So, this one, before Nord, was a little bit of a pain. Should I turn my head back on? Yeah, I want to turn my head back on. So, this one, before Nord, was a bit of a pain. You could do it with summoners, traditionally in the all the earlier stages, because Ampu and the bear, you could kind of get to them all. Right? So, but Nord just makes this really easy because as you hit on these guys, they're going to sprout gremlins, and they're going to pop all over the place. Nord just groups all the gremlins back up, and then Luke and Ravenna can pew them down. Now, again, since I've got it in this lineup, you're going to want Res on manual and Nord on manual. Ravenna and Luke, they can pretty much be left as is. They'll pretty much do what they got to do. As you see, I am running the new commander. I am running Ravenna in the back and Luke in the back. Ravenna's got a crit damage, crit rate build, and then Luke also has a crit damage, crit rate build with the true damage abilities turned off. Okay? And just to, I guess I can't show you these characters because this was filmed on my phone. And this game's not cross-platform. So Nord is in a Marauder set with crit rate gloves, attack helm, and attack boots. I do not have damage reduction boots on him. I prefer attack boots. Okay? So Marauder is giving him the lifesteal. It makes him tanky. You're going to want a good Marauder set. You want to shoot for 80% crit rate and then about 40% crit damage on your Nord. At least this high up in Twilight Lands. Okay, so let's let the fight run through. You saw my prototypes. It was Flowing Rune, which is the energy one. I had my highest mid-level prototype, and then I do believe I had Flashpoint at the end. So here we go. Boom, boom, boom. I want you in my room. And I'm just going to go over. I actually hold off here now. So I'm waiting until they start popping the gremlins. There's the gremlins. And now I pop my Nord Ultimate. I'm going to turn my head off here just so that you can see my health on my characters. So you're going to keep targeting Nord with res. As you see, I do have it on one speed. One speed. You want everything on one speed when you're doing this manually. That is a pro tip. Right there, as soon as the gremlins pop out, Nord almost killed the gremlins by himself. Really, this fight, as long as you control the gremlins before they explode, it's a walk in the park. As you see, Ravenna and Luke and Maz and Rez haven't taken a hit yet. At least I don't think they have. There's no reason for them to have. No, they're not getting hit because these guys will just sit there like little bumps on a log and wait to die. So as you see, even there, at least Nord's window is big enough. I'm trying to get them all. I'm pulling them all in. And this one that was way over here still died. And yeah, that's a 1.4 million hit by Luke. Really, you guys, if you just run a, if you have like Falvi or something, at least one of these, I'd say if you do have Nord's going to be doing the brunt of the damage. In fact, look at the damage meter, 400 million. The next closest is less than a quarter of his damage. He's basically carrying this on his shoulders, all by his lonesome. But at least I'm going to complete it fairly quickly. So I want to pause it right at the end. Okay, here we go. So the fight is, okay, here we go. It's dead. This is it. We're done. So look at this one. Max score was 150,000, right? Because I'm assuming that 745 damage is all you can do. But there is, I'm assuming if you drew this out, you could get more points, right? More gremlins equals more damage equals more points, but it's only level 16 too, so you probably just kill it. Just kill it and move on. So 2 minutes in, I think that was a 3-minute fight. I killed it in a minute or a minute and a half, I don't know. But yeah, so that's how you do 16-2. 16-, and then it gets hard. Then it gets much harder. But I'm not gonna discuss that because I struggled, right? So if you want to know more about stage 16.3 and 16.4, you can maybe pop into my Discord, which is down in the description, and we'll talk about it there. So I just wanted to make a video highlighting the changes to Twilight Lands. I will give this 4 Leku out of 5. If you guys don't know what that is, Google it. L-E-Q or L-E-K-U. It is thematical to this channel. Well, bright lights, bright lights. So I will give it 4 Leku out of 5. I think they did a good job. It is definitely a challenge. I think I see all the Discord channels are a flutter with how do I beat, how do I beat, how do I beat, how do I beat. So at least in this video, now you know how to beat 1 and 2. I'm not going to say, or I'm not going to recommend lesser teams, because if you've made it up to stage 16, you should have the characters needed. You really should. All right. Okay. All right. All right, guys. We'll leave it at that. If you made it to the end of this video, put Leku down in the comments. Until next time, cheers, everybody. Peace. Bye-bye. And this right here, see that thing out of her head? That's a Leku, right? Those are Lekai. I don't get Lekai. Leku. Whatever. Anyway, get out of here. Bye-bye.